GG Natural Home. Hey, honey bun, how are you? How are you? Sunday Backyard Farmer. Hey. I'm wonderful. How are you? I am good, honey. I'm good. Just needed to come on here and tell you it's been real, but it's getting even realer, y'all. So I'm trying to wait till a couple people come in so I can get into what caused this live video. I'm sitting at a Food Line parking lot right now. I do going in there filming, and this actually happened last night. But I was mad. I didn't even, we was out and about doing some orders when this happened, and I just didn't even, I said, I just deal with it tomorrow and let y'all know tomorrow. But y'all, it's got me thinking even harder, okay? So we're gonna get into it. Miss Buckner, hey honey, hey. So I'm trying to give YouTube a chance to, send out the notifications so I ain't gotta repeat myself over and over. But y'all see the title, you see the thumbnail. These prices and stuff, let me tell you, I've been doing my research and I got a lot of information. Okay, a lot of information. Y'all, I almost want to get a passport and curl my tail to Africa. I do. It's so much that people don't know that's going on. And I constantly say, I don't believe, and listen to me very carefully when I say this, because I have to watch what I say. I don't believe everything that I don't care who it's from. I don't believe everything. I've never been one. And when I say my granny prepared me as a child to always prep and have stuff, when I tell you it is important to listen to wisdom from your guardians, and I say guardian because she was my guardian, she who's raised me. If you not raised by your friends, your mother, your father, that stuff is life. That's just what it is. You got somebody that has been in your life to raise you on certain levels and tell you things and prepare you. Pay attention to that, even if you act on it, because now I mean everything is just coming just like film, like just, and I'm glad I paid attention to it. Okay, so let me tell you, let me go ahead and talk about this thumbnail real quick. So we was out and about, and y'all know I have to eat healthy. I have to eat very healthy. So when I'm out and about and I have to pick up food, I have to be mindful what up. So this place that I used to eat at that sells seafood, I called them since we was up in that area and was like, can you do grilled fish? So they told me they were having an issue because I requested grilled fish with no seasoning, no nothing on it. So they was like, yeah, we could do it. So it didn't come with it because anything else that they had was already cooked in like, butter or either fried or had heavy seasonings on it and stuff. So I said, okay, so I'm good, just plain grilled fish with nothing on it. I mean, good. I have to be. So we get to the place and Aronde goes in to pick up my order because, I'm being precautionary. I ain't eating nowhere. I ain't that stuff. I'm still, being very cautious over things. So my order, when he come back out, I saw the way he was looking like, and I'm like, what? And I was like, how much was this? And he was like, just go ahead and eat your food, and then I'm gonna tell you the price. At that point I knew. I was like, this is on. When I tell you, one not now side with that, one no beans, one no bread, one no nothing with it. This was just 3 little flounders. Okay, they may look big on the picture. Ain't one side of these things. They took one flounder and they cut it in half. You got the front and you got the back, and take the bone out the middle. Okay, you didn't get one flounder and wasn't 2 pieces. You got 1 piece. That's a piece of flounder. So I got fish. Okay, Didn't even get the head right. And please tell me why it was $30. 30. $30. 3 little pieces of flounder grilled. I didn't use your seasoning, no nothing. $30 freaking dollars. I call that, and I'm like, she's like, oh yeah. I was like, I think y'all messed up. It's like I didn't get no size, no nothing, no. And she was like, oh, that sounds about right because one $10. Excuse me? What? They didn't tell me this on the phone. With 3 dumb pieces you see, like I said, it may look big because of the thumbnail, because of the picture. They are 3 pieces of flounder, nothing on it, grilled, no sides, no, I didn't even get a sniff of a piece of light bread. No, nothing. Just 3 naked pieces of flounder. That tastes like the ocean, because I ain't get no seasoning on it. But $30. $30. When I tell, for years I have been saying I want to move to Africa. I want to move to Africa. I'm saying it even more now because, and when I say that, I'm going to put it to you like this. Where we are, I feel like it's always been, this is where everybody want to come. But I feel like with the inflation and things that's going on and things that's not told, because they don't, and it's not to create a panic or anything like that. It's not to create a panic or nothing like that. I'm not nothing that's not already being seen, okay? We are seeing it. And if you don't prepare, how are you going to, we can prepare all we want to. But it's still, I feel like it's still not going to get us. And when it gets to a certain extent, it's not even going to help us. We ain't talking about, we know things happen that may not even happen. We're talking about right now, the present time, what we can do for ourselves until we get to that point. You can say, I put up a fine fight. I prep my stuff. I did do this is this. This is the end. We can't do nothing else. It's out of our control. I'm talking about right now while it's still somewhat in our control. What are we doing? $30. 3 little funky pieces of flounder and no sides. No sides. For $30. You know how many canned goods I could have got from Wally World for $30? We talk, I could have went there and got them 33 cans for $4 and what, 57 cents or something like that for a case of those, a case of 12 cans for $4.07. You know how much I could have did with $30? And instead, 3 funky pieces of, and I could have went out there and caught the little thing for myself. Clean fish and catch fish. That's what we did for years. Until this pandemic, we was out there catching fish almost every day. I already told y'all that I would go by myself. When he was active duty, I would go by myself right on base and just fish all day. Me and the kids. I could have went out there and caught the little thing. I guarantee you in 30 minutes, I probably had about 5. $30. $30. And I'm like, and I told her, I was like, ma'am, that's $30. And that's about right because they about $10 a piece. I said, ma'am, maybe I said, so if I would have got a meal with a side, she said, so if you would have got a meal with we have a meal that comes with 2 flounders and 2 sides. She said, if you would have got that meal, and then since you wanted 3 flounders, you added an extra flounder. She said that would have been about $33, $35. Well, dang, I would have got more for like $5 more if I would have, but I couldn't eat nothing else there. It would have been just the fish. And I'm just like, really? Like, yes, Gigi, that's crazy. Vanessa said, "Shut up on me." Yes, I was like, "What?" The receipt is at home. I'm just like, y'all, it's real. It's real. I know seafood is more expensive, but $30 for 3 little pieces of flounder, okay. Martin Phillips said, "I'm not surprised. Prices are going higher, and we need to get used to it. Remember." You know what? See, that's how that look. We not gonna do the. I understand what you're saying, but we're not gonna do the sides thing, because I feel like everybody plays a part. It ain't just one side of the party and this side of the party. I don't even vote and get into that political stuff, but guarantee, I'm not saying it's one side. I think it's every darn body. It ain't just one side. Everybody is playing their role in what's going on. It's just not one side of who in charge. And I don't even go that route. I don't even vote. So, I'm not finna do that. I'm not even finna get into that. But I don't believe in that one side. First of all, I don't look at color, as a thing. And I don't see no color when it comes to that. A lot of people divide that up, and then it be a whole lot of issue and all that stuff. But at the same time, I think both parties plays a role, It's not just one side, and that's just the way I think. I'm not nothing. I see you say you're Democratic. I feel I'm not nothing. I'm not nothing. It's just when it comes down to it, I see what's going on, Martin, and a lot of people not seeing what's going on, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you constantly have people that's messaging or sending comments talking about, oh, this is the reason why, and this is the reason why. At the same thing, it's you get what I'm saying? It's just, this is my thing. I'm gonna say this. PNG Media knows. Correct me if I'm saying this right. PNG Media News. The word Bethel, is that how it's pronounced? I'm trying to make sure we on the same page. If we on the same page, yes, it does mean something to me. PNG Media News. Yes, I know exactly what Bethel is. And I'm going to ask you this. Is it because of what my faith is? Is that why you asked me that? I want to make sure we're on the same page. So, when it comes, let me know, PNG Media News. Did you ask me that because of my faith? But when I say this is one thing people fail to realize. I get a lot of comments talking about, oh, such and such. Not talking about you, Martin. Not talking about you, Martin. But I get these comments talking about, such and such, this. This is one thing that people fail to realize. When it came to the pandemic, it ain't hitting one person, one race, one color, this. These food shortages, everybody experiencing them. Everybody, and they missing the whole freaking point too. You should be preparing and trying to help one another, because everybody is affected. But still they still going on with what's going on. Because let me tell you, I bought 3 flounders for $30. They didn't ask me what my race was on the doggone thing. If somebody else of another race would have ordered 3 flounders, they probably would have paid $30. So it ain't just hidden, when people not understanding, it's all of us is involved. This is hidden everywhere, everything, but it's mainly hitting where we are. And when I say where we are, it's hitting this country left and right. Because when you look at other places, yes, they having issues, but they always have had issues, because we always have been on top here. Now it seems like we are having issues, the same issues that they always have had. We are having those issues, and people not paying attention to, you can't depend on everybody else to help you. You know, you have to try to help yourself no matter what. People in these places and stuff is doing everything they can to stock shelves with what they have, you know. And so when you look at other places, they being affected too. But people is always saying, you know, this place is, it always been, and yes, it bounced back and all this stuff, but what are you going to do until if it bounced back, you know? Yes, I thought that was your faith. A lot of my family shares the same. Yes, PNG Media News. Yep, it means a lot to me. But and that's why, you know, that's why I always speak PNG. I say I'm not perfect. You know, I don't never want to bring nothing negative up on my faith name, because it already has a lot of negativity, things that people just really don't know and they just heard and it's not really true. And I don't want nobody to look at me and be like, oh, that's the way they act and this. No, that is my faith, but I am not baptized in my faith. I am working towards baptism, okay? That, you know, I grew up in the faith and I am working towards baptism, but I am not baptized yet, because I know your girls say some things. They be like, oh, no, I don't want nobody to get the wrong impression. But that is my choice. That is what I am practicing. Always have tried to practice. And I'm just trying to get myself closer to my faith. But that is I have had no other faith than that. So I wanted to just say that so nobody be like, But what they're not understanding is the reason why it seems like other places is not having as much is because they used to it. You know, they used to it. This is the way like it's been. But I think a lot of people is having an issue with the issues that we have in here, because to them it's not the norm. They not used to us, you know, having, you know, food shortages and stuff like that. And you really, I don't feel like nobody is the fault. I feel like everybody plays a role when it comes to. That's why I say I'm not doing the different part. I'm not against any, you know, I'm just trying to get people to see things that you need to do to try to help yourself. You know, a lot of people say, oh, put faith in God and you get your life right and all that stuff. And it's constantly, it's getting a lot of comments on it. And I'm like, yes, but I have said this so many times in my videos. And this is something my granny used to always say. You know, faith without work is dead. You can have all the faith, but God ain't told you not to prepare to a certain extent. And y'all know I don't do the doomsday prep. I'm not trying to prep to all. It gets that daggone bad, then, you know, I done did what I can do. But my thing is, God ain't told you not to try to help yourself. When God gave food, was it the Israelite? I don't want to say it wrong. When God provided food, you know, years and years and years ago, he provided the food, but they had to go out there and get it. It ain't like he came down and said, here's your plate, here's your manna, okay, this your food right here. No, he provided it. Gotta get it. You know, you can't just say, oh, God ain't told you. God said we have to try to help ourselves too, to a certain extent. And like I say, stocking up food and stuff, something can come and wash it all away. God forbid something can come and take the house and everything is destroyed. But at the end of the day, you will have a better peace of mind knowing that you tried. You know, you tried. You got a lot of people that's not trying. This is not normal to them. And you know, we looked at other places and the same stuff that we dealing with, they dealing with, but they have dealt with even longer. They know how to. And that's the thing is, when you get set in a situation where you pretty much everything is pretty much handed to you, you don't know how to deal with when you don't have. And that's what I see with people around. Everything over here has been handed. And then then you expect somebody to just pull you out. It's almost like they don't know how to help themselves. I'm talking about the ones that's not trying to prepare. They lost now because they don't know how to help themselves because they ain't never tried. It's always been about, now I'm talking about the ones that get these food stamps and stuff, that they able body, and all they are able to do is sit up and push out babies all the time, and then go add that child to the case, and they getting $800-900 food. So I'm not talking about the people that may be sick and can't work and can't do this. I'm talking about the ones that's able body. Okay, there's a lot of them out there, able body, and all they want is a good time. They want to gyrate around everywhere. They want to jump from bed to bed, man to man, and all this stuff. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If that's your lifestyle, don't be doing that, and then your bills and stuff is still paid, and you're still walking around on food stamps years later. Like, that's, you just kind of like, I mean, no. But you got something like that. They don't even get the funky 40 from them. It's just good time for them. Ain't nothing been that daggone good, honey, or sir, or whatever. Like, come on now, like. And then when you're pregnant, you push the baby out, and then you add him to the case, and then you sit in the low income apartments or houses or whatever, because that's your choice. You able to get out. I saw people been messaging and talking about, oh, I see on Facebook, I ain't got no job. You see all these Taco Bell paying $18 an hour. You ain't got no job. And they hiring people. Let me tell you, we went through, was it McDonald's yesterday to pick up an order? Y'all, they doing interviews through the drive-thru. They need people so bad, they doing interviews through the drive-thru. It said you can, it's accepting applications and doing interviews through the drive-thru. Signs everywhere. So the excuse that you always hear, oh, I ain't got no job, nobody will hire me. That's a lie. They hiring almost anybody because they need work now. So what's your excuse now? Like, it's crazy. Like, whew. But at the end of the day, I will say this. You can't make nobody know. You can only give the information, and how they take it, that's on them. And if they don't do if it in the way that they should, or we may think, all you need to do is just keep on doing what you do and keep on pushing, you know. Hey Kriskin, glad I caught you alive. Lady Dagger Status. Hey Lady Dagger Status, $30 for flour. That sounds crazy. 3 pieces, honey. No nothing with it. Has nothing to do with labor supply decreases as our money and less preparation now is the key. Yes, GG. Was online about to order groceries, want some salmon. The wild bread is $33 for 20-ounce corn raised. I've got to go to Costco and see if I can get some good fish in the freezer. And this is something y'all need to think about. You know, we going and get, because like on my other channel, I'm finna go home and do some smoothies. But I was thinking about this. With everything going on and going so high, y'all think about the things that you can prepare and make and do from home. Because a lot of people say, oh, I can't be a vegetarian, this is it. That may be all that you can get. If you ain't raising no chicken, nothing for meat and stuff like that. And then you got to look at, if you raising chickens and stuff, and you ain't breeding them, like, you know, breeding them yourself, you're going to run out. You know, they can get sick or anything. You're going to run out. So you need, the main thing is, especially when it comes to meat, because see, with the garden, we got the vegetables under control. They on lock, okay? With the meat and stuff, like our fish and stuff, we may not be able to go fish, depending on what's going on. You may have to pay high prices to even fish, to even get a license or whatever. Figure out how we can get meat if you have to have meat, that's one of my main things to stock up on is my canned chicken. If I have to eat chicken every single day, that'll at least be chicken that I can alternate, you know. And it'd be pretty much like a flexitarian, okay? What if, you know, if you can freeze meat and stuff all day, at some point it's gonna run out. And the prices may be too high. So my thing is, for as my prepping, I say as much canned meat as possible, but also be thinking about how would you be able to go without meat. Protein that's in some of the vegetables like beans and stuff like that. But like I say, our food source can run out no matter how much food you got. It can run out, and you need to have a way to replenish it without having to buy it from someone, without having to, you know, if y'all get what I'm saying, without having to depend on someone else to get you that, because it's high, you know. So that would be another thing, you know. If you got a farm or something, you got cows and something, you think you said, are you breeding those? You know, are you getting that, letting them have babies and stuff so they can constantly be a, you know, produce for you? I've seen some channels where they just raising the chickens, killing the chickens, cooking the chickens, buying more chickens. And I'm like, dang, what if it gets to where they so high to even buy the chickens? And, you know, why don't you look, you got the chicken and you're already taking care of them, get them to the point for you to cook them. Why don't you just figure out how to breed them, if that's the way you want to go? You know, with me and my digestive system and stuff, going fully vegan wouldn't be a problem. I already eat a lot of vegan products. I already scaled down on the meat because I have to. So having that salmon or the canned chicken, that is a luxury at this point if something were to happen, because I know that will probably be given once a week. We'll probably use a can of chicken or something once a week, and then it's beans and bread and stuff for the rest of the week, you know. So you have to kind of look at with your meat stuff. That's why if you ain't saw me hauling a lot of meat, I will haul it, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to get more stuff that's in a can, in case, because these meat prices is high. You can buy this meat now, but if you constantly using that meat, you're gonna constantly have to keep buying meat, and the meat is going higher and higher and higher till it get to the point to where meat will be a complete luxury. Okay, I'm looking back, if it gets back into the days that it was before I was born, like way before I was born, where, I mean, look in the other countries, man. Some parts of Africa, meat is, they use meat, it be a big pot of food with just a little meat in it, you know. That was a way of stretching meat and stuff out, or just not having meat, or on a good day or a time where they want to celebrate something good happen, then somebody may go to the market and get meat. I watch a lot of African stuff. I've always loved that continent. And so I've always said for years, I wish I could just go to Africa or move to Africa. Now I'm just really like, because, and the reason why I say that is because they way of living, they take stuff and grow their food and stuff, and they stretch out they stuff, where over here, like I say, things has always been given to now there are shortages on things, and people just don't know what to do from, you know, here. And it's just like, you know, I don't get it. Let's see. Queen Adia, I hope I said that right. Hey, Gigi Naturals said yes indeed. Yes, honey. Grow, learn, and laugh said yes. At home with Cerise said yes. Actions speak louder. Lots talk but don't really act or do what they say they're gonna do. Exactly. Stacy Ann Walker said, hey y'all, Gigi Naturals is that right? I get so tired of people complaining. Just do something. Exactly. Stacy said, God help those who help themselves. Hey, you're right. Like, You know, Gigi laughing. Must have been somebody said Martin laughing. Hiring signs or I know Gigi every daggone where, everywhere. And it's just like, you know, they don't want, they lazy. They lazy. You don't work, you don't eat. That goes in different ways too. That so many different ways. I like to take things just because the words say one thing, I always make it into 50 different meanings that it can be. And it's just, you know, Lady Daga say they have no drive to work, drive to better and make more. Exactly. Everyone is hiring. Yes. Garden of Tweety said, hey, Mississippi girl, hey, y'all. How to stay on the grind, family. Exactly, Garden of Tweety. I'm about to dig up more plants to sell now. Get it. Get it. Hey, 2%. Man, I need to get up earlier. It's okay if you need rest. Take it. Yes. Martin said back up. Back up. Said bean and rice. And like in my, a lot of people, when they get the bean and rice, they get like red beans and stuff, and say I only can do like string beans and stuff, but it's still beans and, you know, and rice, and that will get you, you know. But they too smart. That's what I meant by earlier. Like other places, they used to the struggle where we didn't have these type of issues over here. And people, that's why I think it's so hard for them to understand. And they say, oh, you're creating panic. And no, you're not. The grocery store says what it says. I just filmed a video inside this store. And you know, there are signs up, you know, they telling you 2 per customer so everybody can get some. Ain't hardly none on the shelf as it is. So, you know, yeah. Most of you guys are 3 hours ahead of me. Yes, 2%. Taniqua said, good morning. Hey, honey. Queen said, I don't eat meat and don't miss it. It's in the mind. Let's say, gotta drop some seeds, so I will be listening in the background, honey. Thank you so much, honey. And y'all, I am, because I'm focusing a lot on the prepping, I have decided to, I redid the inside garden yesterday, and I have noticed, and this is the thing, a lot of people is not growing inside, and I can tell from my videos. When I first started, people was watching a lot of the inside garden. And I have had people that say, you know, they don't feel like it's, and I removed those because I don't want you to discourage nobody. Some people is like, I don't feel like it's that serious. They literally shut down their garden for the season. A lot of people is not growing in the fall. They're not growing, and I'm like, every little thing counts, you know. Yes, it's not a lot. I won't be having a lot of garden videos because I could be spending my time on doing content that's really going on now, like the prepping and stuff like that, with things that's going on now. Because when I do the fall garden stuff and get those comments where people are saying they not doing fall garden, you gotta understand, you could grow some greens, and you know, if you're gonna can them, if you're gonna freeze them or whatever, that is still an extra meal, you know, an extra meal. But it's only so much you can grow far as the fall. But I don't think nobody should stop completely. But a lot of people have reached out and said, you know, they shut it down, you know, and it's just like, I'm like, wow, you shut it down for the fall, you know. Some people been asking me, did I quit hydroponics? No, I didn't. I just haven't done the research yet. When I bought that stuff, what, maybe about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. The main reason why I bought all my hydroponic stuff is because of what's going on now. I said, it's going to come a time where we may not be able to go outside and grow. You may not be able to go outside and grow, okay? You may not be able to go outside and grow. If you don't know how to grow inside in some kind of way. So I had said, okay, I'm going to buy all my I found out everything I need for my hydroponic. If y'all saw that video, y'all saw I bought different things from Amazon. I bought my pebbles. I bought my neti pods. I even got my containers cut out what I will be growing the stuff in. And then I bought that little hydroponic kit with the little pump. I bought all that stuff months ago. And it's probably like she bought all that stuff and ain't used it. I bought all that stuff because I know it get to the point where I may need to use it. But I need to do my own research on it because I want to do the cracky. That's the method. That was somebody asked me, was I still going to do the cracky method? Yes, that is the method of my choice. I know that. But you haven't saw no videos on it because I still need to educate myself when it comes to hydroponics, okay? It's not like the garden. I know how to do that. It's just the hydroponics because you may not be, listen, let me tell y'all something. The way things going, you may not can have your food outside. You know, you got some creatures that'll be mad. If they can't steal your food, they may just destroy it. They just may damage it. It may come to a time where your house is you can't go outside your house. You need to learn how to do everything inside. That's why we doing these cooking videos with these tea light candles. I had some people that was like, oh, you doing this, you doing that. That is why I'm doing these cooking videos with the tea light candles. You may not want nobody to know you got no food in the house. You may not want nobody to know you growing food outside. So if all fails with the outdoor garden, you got your indoor garden. You can sit right in your living room, look at the news of what's going on, and look at your plants over there producing food. Okay, it may get to the point to where you may have to go Monday, and the kids eat on Monday, and the adults don't eat. Well, let the kids eat every day, but the adults may have to eat Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You don't know, because at the end of the day, didn't nobody never think that this will be happening over here, because we always is on top. Okay, so you have to look at all that. So to say you shut it down because fall coming in, I get that if you don't want to be out there in the cold picking anything. I'm not growing that much stuff in the fall, but I ain't stopped completely. You know, I got greens and stuff still growing inside. I'm trying to grow potatoes inside. You have to help yourself. You cannot depend on, it's not, and I'm going to be honest, it's not these people hired up to take care of you. That's not their job to take care of you and yours. It's your job to take care of you and yours. It really ain't their job to take care of you. It ain't their job to give you food stamps because you decide to have 60 kids and you able-bodied. It ain't really their job, well, their responsibility to put you in a low-income house because you ain't got no job when you're able-bodied. I'm talking about the able-bodied ones that just don't. That's not their responsibility. They didn't lay up and have that youngin'. You did, and you did what you did to even be put in that situation. And you know when to stop. Take it from me. I knew when to stop. My granny had already told me, don't be barefoot and pregnant all the time. Don't do that. And I listened. I had a child at 19, one at 22, and one at 23, and I'm done. And I ain't letting nobody put me in no situation where I had a uh-oh again. Okay? So, I'm gonna be honest. I told my husband I got on birth control two after that last child. I got on birth control for 2 years. Them things I want more natural way. So I told him, get taken care of, but don't want pass. And he was like, you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I done pushed our kids 2 years straight. One of them, you was deployed, came back 4 months later, and I'm pregnant again. No. Get it taken care of. Don't touch me. Simple as that, because I wanted to get off the birth control. Okay? And I knew I didn't want kids. So sometimes you gotta know kids are a blessing, but then you have to take care of them, and you gotta know when to freaking stop. Okay? Or do something to take a precaution. So don't sit there and say, I got kids, I got 6, 7 kids, and I can't afford daycare, and I can't. Didn't nobody tell you to have all them children under 5 and under school age at one time? Like, I saw what pattern it was going for me. I was like, oh, no. No. You have to use your mindset. You have to use your brain and do what you know you need to do. It's no excuse. So, okay, you got the kids. They your responsibility. You able body. You able to do this. Now what's your next move? You can't depend on them folks to constantly take care, and it ain't going to be no consequences behind it. It's not their responsibility at the end of the day. And if you are getting what you getting and you decide, make it worth your, if you getting food stamps, stock up your house. Stop buying all this stuff that's just not needed, you know? Like, stock up your house. Because it's going to come a day where they may be cut. Then what you going to do? You're going to be back to, I didn't know. I don't know what to do. And this. And it's just like whatever. Like, it's sad. And it's coming off these comments that I get. You want somebody to have a whole pity party for you. No. It ain't no time for no pity party when you're able-bodied. I'm not talking about nobody that's sick. That's this. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everybody that's able to help themselves and choose not to, you know? Let's see. Baby, I like your name. Running out of space to form these foods. Overpopulation. Yes. I cut down my family food, less meat per week, some morning eggs, but more fruit and oatmeal, more dinners with only vegetables. Yes. Yep, the big cost same. Look, y'all, 1 toilet paper per customer. Yes. Ultimately, it's better for us. And so it's great to transition even without cost increase. I hate those stores. I'm charging more for fruits and veggies. Yes. Okay, I told my husband the same thing. Yes. It's crazy. Sounds like me and my dehydrator is still brand new. I'm growing inside. Why not grow inside? If able, love putting green onions in my food. I know that's white cream, queen. I know that's right. We are growing outside for the fall this year. Only thing is I have inside. Mama is my herbs. Okay, Taniqua. Oh no, we need to start investing in some grow lights and start growing inside because anything can happen. Yes. Oh, yes, Stacey Ann Walker. Yes. Vanessa Bugner. Honey, I'm trying to get people to know. It won't be a lot of stealing and stuff if everybody was on the same page, because everybody will have their own stuff, you know, and it's just, Donnie is not human. It will be the animals trying to take your food. That, you're right, Queen. You're right. So if the humans ain't trying to take it, what you gonna do? When you can't keep nothing growing because animals is taking it because they hungry. That's a good point, honey. That is a good point. I'm trying to grow all year and it can't get as low as negative 25 here in Minnesota, so try. Yes, honey. At home with Sheree. GG. It's frustrating because, like I say, all of my YouTubers that's in here, you know how those comments is. And it's crazy. Let me catch up. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes. So I heard local high school girls say they want a child, so they get food stamps and how. That's so crazy, Lady Dagger Status. I know a lot of people that, and I'm not knocking it. I wish I can get some food stamps, but the ones that's trying, we don't get nothing. The ones that just lay up and have babies all the time, they get the WIC. Let me tell you something. When my husband was active duty, he was a staff sergeant, and I want to get WIC. And because he was a staff sergeant, I couldn't even get WIC. I could not even get WIC because of his rank. And, you know, we talking about, at that time, you know, people back home, I'm going to say back home that I knew, was just laying up. It's like the ones that's trying and stuff, we don't qualify for nothing. And then they say, oh, your income is the reason why. You know, that was because of, you know, what his income was. But you're not looking at when we try to stay out of the certain areas where there is so much violence and stuff. When you move, when you try not to take your kids in that area, everything becomes high. Your rent is high. You know, everything is high. You know, you trying to be better yourself and all this, that costs when it comes to you living a certain way and this. And you sitting there, but so because I'm trying to make something better of myself and put my kids in a good somewhat, it's crime everywhere, okay, I'm not saying that, but trying not to have them in an area where I know it's all a lot of drinking and drugs and all this stuff. So I have to move to this area. I moved to this area. Now what you see is coming in is being taken, you know, because that's their rent every month. It ain't cheap. That's that. And they don't want to help people like that. They want to help the ones that's laid up, you know, pushing out babies, probably smoking every time you turn around. And you know what? Them be the main ones got money to go smoke and stuff. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Smoke and drink and stuff. They got money for that. They got money for windshield wipers for their eyes. Them lashes, what I'm saying. I ain't know some of them be too daggone big. And it be the main ones that you see pushing out babies and all this. And they have a little money for wipers, yeah, windshield wipers. They got claws. Y'all know I love to get my nails done, but some of them just be too daggone long. And I know for a person that loves getting nails done, the longer them things is and colors and jewels that you got on there, the more the people is gonna charge you for those nails. So now you sitting up there looking like that. You sitting up there looking like a fake ghetto baby doll and ain't got nothing to show for it. Ain't got nothing to show for it. Yes, babies with Gucci's and Jordans on and stuff. Polo things. Yeah, you need to be having all type of baby food and everything up in the house because that child cannot eat it. Cannot eat that stuff. But then them the ones that's getting food stamps and all this stuff. Like, really? Like, really? Like, really? Really? And then time the 15th or whenever the day you get your food stamp rolled around, then here he come, one of your little buddies that you got. Here he come, and the first time he come in is all you want to know is you bring some, because you ready to smoke. And he ready to go in the cabinet and eat all the kids' Twix and Sneakers and all the Wieners and everything out of there. And then when it's about 2 weeks and you ain't got no food in the house, he gone to the next chick. You call him, you gonna give me $20? I ain't got no money. He's sitting there counting the money. And then when them food stamps come back around, he right back there giving you that little funky 40 because he finna take about $500 worth of food in food stamps. And I'm just like, y'all know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. Y'all know it's the truth. And so, yes, I want some baby cereal. Y'all remember them King vitamins and stuff? They come in and go ahead and take it and all this other good stuff, and then you sitting there crying, and then there to the office you are recertifying. And my thing is, crazy as I don't know what, you gonna walk up in there with eyelashes on, weave wig to the back, no edges on the side, cause you to gel them down and slick them down to where you ain't got no more. And then you got them nails on long, and you up in there with some tights on and some Jordans on, looking a hot mess. But you recertifying for food stamps, and you wonder why they at the window with an attitude, because they up in there working every day, processing your stuff. They probably don't qualify for food stamps because of their job, because of what they probably getting paid. And then they got to process yours, and you up in there looking better. Well, not looking better, but you in there with more stuff than they got. So you wonder why you at the window and they loud talking, saying your business, and you say they got an attitude. Yeah, they got an attitude. Yeah, they do. Cause you done came up in there like you ready for the club. And you qualify for $800 food stamp. We want some of them stamps. We putting in the work. So yeah, but y'all, it is what it is. And all I'm saying is, over here we are so used to having everything in our hand, and then you talk about these other countries, you know, they look like, and it's only because they have always struggled, you know. They have always struggled, and they learn how to help themselves, you know. And now we over here, everything has been handed, and then when we get food shortage or something, don't nobody know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle it to help themselves. And that just, it seemed like, you know, what some people downed, now you're being put in that same position. And instead of, you know, trying to help out, everybody trying to help everybody, that wasn't the case. Now I feel like the tables done turned. We getting food shortages, and there's things that's not available and stuff. Now people mad because it's no. Did you ever think? Did you not think that at some point everything comes to an end, or slack off, or not always the way it would be? So you done live your life careless. And now, even to this point, you so mad with everything going on, you don't even want to try to help yourself. You make every excuse why everybody else shouldn't be doing it. Or you're panicking, you're causing, you could call it what you want, it, panic buying or whatever. It's trying, like somebody said, God help those that help themselves. I always say faith without work is dead. So you can write in the comments all day long, have faith. It's nothing about having faith. It's nothing about, well, it is, but it's not completely about having faith. You gotta try to help yourself, or you're no better than the ones you may talk about that's getting those food stamps and stuff and doing nothing for themselves. It's just a different thing, but it's the same category. You're not trying to help yourself. So before you open your mouth to talk about somebody that's getting food stamps and stuff, when you're not trying, this is for the ones that's not trying. You can't. If you're able, and you know, especially like we talked about before, if you smoking and drinking, or you got a issue where you buy tennis shoes all the time, you got to have the latest Jordans that come out, you got to have the latest PlayStation and all that stuff. You know how much you could literally have a nice preppers pantry for the amount that you spent on a daggone PlayStation. You just put more money in somebody else's pocket for buying it, and your gut gonna be licking your back because you hungry, because you didn't stock up nothing. Like, do that even make sense? Do that even make sense? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, you know. But y'all, I'm not gonna continue on. I want to tell y'all mainly $30 for 3 them kids gonna be eating those video games. I mean, and that's another thing. You said something right, 2%. It should be trying to teach them kids. how to survive and how to make it. That's why I say I consider myself so blessed in so many ways. I may have to go do some Uber Eats orders or some instant cars or whatever. I don't have money like that, but I'm trying. I'm saying I get down to where I may have $30 in my pocket. If everything is done, I got gas in my car, I got this, the kids got what they need, I will go put that on some beans or something. I'm so blessed that, for one, I had a granny to teach me from a child. And for two, I'm blessed that I had the mindset to listen. Because some people have people telling them, and they don't have the mindset to listen. If you don't act on it, to keep it there so you'll know what to do when you have to. You know, it's crazy. Right there, it's not all about money and material things. It's the small things. To me, having been taught and having the mindset, to me, that is worth more than anything. You know, I get told, I've been like this all my life, you know, and I've been told, oh, you act like an old person. Oh well. That don't bother me. I'm glad I've never did the, you know, the extreme party life and all that stuff. If that supposed to make me somebody, then oh well. I'm glad that I am the way I am, you know. A lot of my peers see my videos and just like, oh, that's too much, you doing too much, or that's hoarding, or that's this, or that. That's why you be on the TV wanting a pity party, crying your eyelashes and your glue off your face, your 10 pounds of makeup, you crying that all. Now you sitting there just looking like I just want to cover my face and just listen. I don't even want to see. That's why, because you live in that life and you choose to, but you down me because I got responsibilities. I got 3 kids. Those are my responsibilities. I have to teach them just like I was taught. Yes, 2%, 10 pounds of glue, and you know what I'm talking about. Them eyelashes be so daggone heavy. They have to put all that glue up on them and it be white, be a whole white. They bad and I ain't being mean talking about. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm hoping what I'm saying will register to somebody that may see this, or somebody that may share this to somebody that they know. Sometimes you have to, it's called tough love. Sometimes you have to tell people the reality of it for them to get it. So I'm not bashing you because you got eyelashes on with 10 pounds of glue on it, or you got this. I'm telling you really out of love. So it'll register that I'm out here looking like this and I'm twerking and I'm doing all this. And then when something happened, I was the one on the news crying because I didn't prepare. Maybe it may register if they hear somebody say it like this. So yes, you walk around with 10 pounds of glue on your daggone eyelashes. The eyeballs be red and irritated because the darn eyelashes is too big and it's the one down. Now you almost got an eye infection because you done sat there. For what? To go to the club for a few hours and pick up a guy that only want 1 or 2 things from you? And then you want to talk about, oh, men ain't no good. Honey, if you went to the club to get him, what did you expect? Okay? Since I can hear it now, all my babies got to eat is 10 of glue. But it's just crazy. So I'm never trying to come on here and bash nobody. You not only my peers, you got older people that's able-bodied because they be up in the club too. So you got older people that should be teaching their kids and their grandkids. They up in the club too, John around, acting like they in their 50s and 60s, acting like they in their late 20s, early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. They got to be up in the club too. They got to be on this. They ain't got none neither. So it ain't just people younger than me or around my age. It's the older ones too. Almost looking good and their kids looking like crap. Yes. Gigi said you better preach. So don't think when I'm talking about people like that it's in a bad way. I'm hoping that somebody would share these lives, and if you got somebody that you know, watch, and they'll probably look at my video and cuss me out, probably call me all type of bald head scatterwats. But guess what? I don't care. I choose to be bald head, because if I let this grow, it'll be down my back. Always. I choose to cut my hair. That's my choice. I can do that. I like to be different people. So if I want to throw on a wig and be somebody this day, I can. I ain't got to worry about going to get my hair, done. I ain't got to worry about if I'm natural, I got to comb it out, I got to do this, I got to do that. I ain't got to worry about going to get somebody $200 to put some micro braids in there. I ain't got to do all that. I got girls with long hair that took after their mama that's got hair down their back when it's straightened out. I've done the long hair stuff. It's not important to me now to walk around and slang and do that. No, I'm a mother of 3. What's easy for me to keep myself looking decent is to cut my daggone hair and work on their heads when it's time to be done. That's why I choose to have no hair, to keep my hair short. And when I want to walk out and be somebody else, I can throw on a wig and I can take it off real quick. That's why. Sometimes you have to look at things that's going to be easier for you, And it's crazy. I don't wear makeup. At first, I don't know how to put it on. I don't not like it, but I don't need it. I like being my natural self, being who I am, who God made me to be, okay? And if you don't like it, then don't look. Just listen. Just don't look. If you don't like my face, just don't look. Just listen, though, and take notes. So it's not to bash nobody. It's reality. Like, you giving people money that you can be using to stock up, because you can't eat none of that. You can't eat none of that. None of it. So your babies can't eat it, and they depending on you. They looking up at mama. You had them, and like I said, I don't care. Yes, it's nothing to knock no man. Okay, you got some people that some dads out there that does amazing jobs, but what I'm talking about is these women. You pushed that child out. That child was in your womb for 9 months, or however months you carried it. You pushed that child out. So at the end of the day, the first person that child is gonna look at in a situation is mama. But mama sitting up there with 10 pounds of daggone glue and nails all on in different colors, and this looking crazy. Looking crazy. Now you want to cry. Now you got glue and eyeliner and all this stuff running down your face on top of your child's head and all this stuff, and you sitting there and ain't got nothing to eat. Nothing. Can't even, eyes can't open at all. Let's see. Say I'm first time gardening, just learned about leaf miners on my vegetable. What can I use to prevent them? You can try the soap water method. That would be like the most easy thing. Or you can if you have neem oil, you can try neem oil. But it's just crazy, and it's sad, and I'll feel bad, but pity parties is out the window. We ain't doing no pity parties. If we not doing no pity parties. And I don't care if you 21. I'm put it like this: 18, you're grown, okay? 18, you're grown. And let me just go ahead and say this, because I did receive a message the other day in my live. I had somebody that came in my live, and they said they was 19, but it was like she was trolling. Now, for one, I don't know if you're 19, but when you told me you're 19, then you're grown. So somebody emailed me and said I shouldn't have said it was her mammy or something. First of all, that person is 18. If she 19, she 18, she grown. And when you come on my platform and call me what she called me, then honey, you was right. I'm not taking it back. You know. So I don't know how this person felt about it. 19, you got common sense. You're a grown. You grown. Okay, you grown woman at 19. She came in talking about chat learn if you don't. Hold up, what? No sensitive people needed in this chat. If it don't pertain to you, don't get angry. Yeah, if anybody yeah, because I'm just speaking the truth over here. Like I don't know what happened, if something happened, but this person, she came in and she was saying something about, she said, for one, it mixed me when she said she was white, and then she said she was trying to use some black African soap or something. It seemed trollish. And then she said she was 18 or something, and she said so when she didn't get the answer she wanted, she said I was just a bald head military wife or something. And she wrote some more stuff that I didn't even get to read. That stopped it right there where I had to but somebody emailed me and was like, she was 19, she's a child. No, she grown. She grown. Over 18, she grown. You know? Only thing she ain't allowed to do is drink alcohol, but that's 21. She grown. And at the end of the day, when you ain't got no profile picture up there or none of that, I don't know if it's one of these old creatures, but I don't know who behind that face. But when you came out and said she said she's 19, and then let me tell y'all, I gotta drive home, y'all. I can still talk to y'all, but I ain't gonna be able to read no comments till I get to like a light. Then I had, when I ended that live, if y'all was in that live, when I ended that live, I had a message from another account. The video, well, they commented so everybody could see it, and said, you preppers, this is what it say. That message is still up. I ain't got around to remove it. I think the message is, they said you all preppers, they need to learn how to write, for one. It was like, you all preppers are racist. Y'all wouldn't accept my husband because I'm a black woman and he's a white man and we black and white couple or something. And I'm like, what the what? Now y'all know that ain't true. I don't even know where that came at. That's just somebody trying to sabotage and trying to put me in a category that I have told y'all I don't see color, and I am not like that. But that person put that on my video. Don't have a clue what she's talking about. And like I told y'all, I'm not even gonna go in detail. Some of y'all that's on my personal Facebook page, when you saw my mother, you was like, what? When I told y'all I don't see no color, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't, because of what I am. And somebody said we all mixed, and I was like, it's closer for me than what you think. We ain't talking about generation. Some of you know from looking at me, y'all have messaged me and like, that's your mom. I'm like, yeah, it's my biological mom. You don't know. So for that person to leave that message, she don't know me. She don't know me like that. Because you would never look at me and say, oh, you racist because of interracial couple. Only people that know me personally or is on that page knows. I'm not one. So when I said that in that live, I said, yeah, we all are, but it's closer to me than what you may think. Then I get that message. I'm like, yeah, she don't even know. She probably wasn't even in the full live, because she probably would have picked up on that. So you left that message to try to make me look like I'm in a certain category when we wasn't even talking about none. Like, I don't even know where that came. That person was a whole different person. She came out the woodworks with that one. And it could have been that same person that, because I hid her from the channel, she could have just went and created another channel or another thing so she can comment. But that's what she actually put on that live video. And I'm like, what? Like, how in the world can you say that? Like, how in the world can you fix your face and say that? Yeah. So, that's crazy. Wasn't even talking about it, 2%. Wasn't even talking about it. For them to leave that comment. And I'm like, that's just crazy, you know? Yes, 2%. It's crazy. It's just like, I was like, wow. Like, wow. It's just sad. It's just sad, you know? Like, no looking at the chat. But yeah, it's crazy, y'all. We gotta do better. We got to do better. Hold on, y'all. I gotta turn around. I thought I saw something on the side of the road that I would get and put in here because it will come in handy. I'm gonna turn around and go right on back and see. It looked like one of those barrel things, but I don't know. So I'm about to see, because I've been wanting me a rain barrel. And if somebody throwing one away and it's in good condition, best and believe I go get it, okay? So I am finna come my behind right on back and see what it is. But yeah, y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Got to do better, because things is real. Things is real, okay? Really, really real. Let's see. Oh, that ain't no good. The whole bottom is out of it. Yeah, the whole bottom is out of it, y'all. Hey, I thought I had me a good one. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Now I gotta go all the way down and turn around and come back up, because I can't turn around in this thing. But anyway, y'all, prep. Do what you gotta do. And be watchful for what's going on, okay? Be very watchful for what's going on, because people just, like I said, not paying attention. I'm not even gonna deal with this. People is not paying attention, okay, to what's going on. And that's why I say, when I got those emails where people were saying they not gardening because the season is over for it, you know, I'm like, at first I thought everybody was doing indoor gardening, because, you know, we done talked about it so many times or whatever. And no, and I don't think this is the time to start, because like I say, that is why we're doing the candle stuff, cook it inside, because I feel like it's really going to get to the point to where you're not going to want nobody to know that what you have at home, or the fact that you are that you got food to cook, okay? And like somebody said, the animals will come and take your stuff, you know? So having multiple ways, and as for stocking up on a lot of frozen stuff, you got to look at that stuff is getting higher and higher. Unless you got like so many deep freezers. Hold up, y'all. Unless you got like so many deep freezers of food, stocked up, like so much, that stuff is gonna leave. It's gonna dwindle down. But as it's dwindling down, you may not be able to afford to stock up even more. Thank you, Stacey Ann Walker. Not sure what you said, Vanessa Bust. Okay, what? All right, y'all. But like I was saying, if people is doing chickens and stuff, like I say, I've seen a couple videos where people is just like buying the chickens. I don't know too much about that or whatever, but I do know that they're just buying the chickens, raising the chickens, you know, getting whatever eggs they get, and then when the chicken get, you know, able to be processed, they process the chicken, and before they process it, they buy more chickens. And you got to look at everything is going up. So what if it gets to the point where you can't afford to buy chickens? Try to learn how to breed some of those animals and stuff yourself if you can. Try to learn how to breed some yourself so you don't have to buy them, you know? Because I was like, man, you know, you can just, I don't know how you would do it, how you would go buy it or anything like that. But I'm just saying, just like, in case. Because I really feel like it's going to get to a point where ain't nobody going to be eating too much meat, okay? Ain't nobody going to be eating too much meat. Because it's scarce, and it's scarce, and it's expensive if you can find it, you know? So yeah. And then you got to look at it, there's going to be restrictions and stuff for different things, you know? I just feel like it's going to get to the point to where you live, it'll be your safe bet. I wish it was a way I could just, I don't like the fact that we rent from, you know, someone. I'd rather have something that I own, or either, I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have a little piece of land, not much, and one of those big motorhomes. I don't know why this fool driving up behind me like he's crazy. I'd rather have one of the big motorhomes, okay? One of the big motorhomes and a piece of land. I got a car, y'all. All I heard was vroom, and he driving like he done lost his everlasting mind. Where is Popo when you need it? It's a 45, and he is like, I ain't gonna say where I'm going, but I'm doing I'm in the legal limit, and he's gone. Like, he's literally gone. Okay, but my thing is, I wish I had a little piece of land and one of those big motorhome coach buses. I wished I had one of those, and I would literally have the garden fenced in, but the coach bus would be my home. That's what I really wished I had, and I'll pay on the bus like a mortgage. So that's what I really, really want. If my channel grow, that will be my goal. Instead of renting a home, I'd rather be paying a mortgage on one of those big motorhome buses, because you can always drive away. Okay? You can always drive away. And that's what I wished I had. Rather than a house. You know? That's what I wished I had. Yep. And some kind of way to where you can attach a trailer, but the trailer be actually like a little greenhouse. That's been my vision. That's been my vision, to have a little attachable area on the back of the bus thing, and it will be an actual greenhouse, mobile greenhouse on the back. Because we run the risk of at any time getting a call from the realtor, or when we get ready to people need to be watching their darn kids, man. Ain't no way them two little girls need to be all the way down here by themselves in these days and time. Oh, no daggone bicycles. And then they dressed in little bitty clothes. And you got these crazy folks, and they all the way from home. Like, people just, I wish one of mine would say, I'm finna walk to the mailbox without me being outside. We gonna have a problem. You ain't even finna walk in the driveway to the mailbox by yourself. Less known being all the way down the street and around the corner and in the other little area by yourself. And then what you got on? Like, and you ain't no more than 7 or 8 years old. Tank top and little biking short. Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's see. Here he go. Oh, y'all can hear that car. Yes. He scared me for a minute because I didn't see him, and he must have came from around another car and right up behind me. And it's just like, I wish I could have chickens, but have to move deeper into the hood. No thanks, LOL. Fellow humans are going to be wow. I'm your daddy. Okay, so I guess someone misunderstood my comment when I was agreeing because it was removed. Okay, let me see. I'll go back up and see. Miss Vanessa, I'm looking for, I didn't see a removed comment, so I must have missed that. I had to miss that. So I'm trying to go up and see. I'm looking. So far, I don't have a missed comments, like a removed comment. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see. It's not showing me a removed comment. Unless I'm passing over it. Did one of my mods? Because the only person could have removed it is a mod. I seriously don't know what's going on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to look. I don't want. Yeah, it's not showing me. That I have a message to review. I'm sorry, Miss Vanessa. It's not showing me a message for review. That little girls dress wrong, especially nowadays. Little girls are shaped like women. Exactly, 2%. Sound like the car that comes over here. Yeah, Miss, I'll go back and look into it once I end this live. But I'm sorry. I don't see it over here though. And normally I can see it'll tell me a message for review. So yeah. Siobhan Shefton, good morning. Hey, so y'all, I am home now, and I need to go in here and make smoothies. I don't even know now, because what time is it? It is 12:20. Oh, it's 12:21. Oh my goodness, it's dinner time. I may have to, y'all, I was supposed to do the smoothie video this morning for the other channel. So it looks like, because I know I gotta leave. So it look like I ain't gonna get the smoothie video out. So that'll probably be in the morning. I got the stuff, but it'll probably be in the morning. Well, it'll be tomorrow if it's God's will to do. So those of you that may be new, I'm doing an all healthy eats. I'm debating. Y'all give me some insights real quick. I'm debating. Okay, so y'all know what we doing, prepping and stuff like that over here. We doing prepping and stuff over here. So I've been on this live an hour and 28 minutes out. When I told you I was on my way, I was sitting in the parking lot still on it. Alright. So hey, we still on schedule for what you said last night? We still on schedule for what you said last night? That's why oh, okay. Well, put that up. I just have to do that in the morning because it's gonna be time to eat that. Okay, so what I'm thinking about doing, the other channel is all about clean eating, okay? But I'm thinking about adding preppers food ideals that's acid reflux and GERD friendly over there too. So, and the reason why is because a lot of you guys are preppers on this channel, and a lot of you have reached out about your GERD. So, but I really want to leave, you know what, I'm just going to leave the prepping over here. If you're interested in, just know that some of the food that's done over there is coming from the prepper's pantry. But anybody that's having GERD, acid reflux problems, the other channel is where we doing and talking about that, talking about things to stay away from, going through this acid watcher book and stuff like that. So if you're interested, then just go ahead and go to that channel. Let's see, who do I have in here? Siobhan said I have GERD issues. To me, the other channel going to be a lifesaver for me. But, and that's what a lot of people, when I did that, when we talked about it on this channel the other day, a lot of people were saying that they have GERD, and some have just found out that they had GERD and stuff like that. So let me see, can I do it? I don't know if I can do it. I'm trying to figure out. Well, it should be in the description box. The channel link should be in the description box. 2%. Can you go in this description box and tell me, since I'm on the live, if the channel link to the new channel, because I can't do it on my phone, if the channel link is in the description box. If it is, can you copy and paste it in the chat, please? I appreciate you. It'll be the one that's in the description box. Hubby has GERD but just won't do right, LOL. And GG for those, because my husband got GERD and eats whatever. And I hate to say this, if it goes so long and you just don't do right, it gets worse. It gets worse, and it gets to the point to where you have to. And I tell anyone, don't be told you have to, because that's when it's really, really hard. When you know you have to, why not just do right on your own terms? Don't let it tell you, because like I told y'all, last year, it was so bad with me, and it only gets worse. And like I say, I've had it since 5 years old. But new things that you used to could tolerate becomes to where you can't tolerate it. And if you don't put yourself on that clean, and I look at it as a blessing, I'm gonna be honest, I look at my GERD situation as a blessing, because it could be a lot worse. But one thing that it does for me, it makes me eat right. Because if it didn't, I would be eating pots of ham hocks and pig feast every day, and y'all know that's not good. It makes me eat right. And one thing with us doing prepping and stuff that's going on, that is one thing that's very, very important, is to eat right, to try to keep yourself where you should be. And so I look at it now as a blessing. It makes me eat right. Last year getting sick, I thank God wasn't nothing majorly wrong. It was hard for a minute though, not nobody knowing what was wrong. And it was that GERD had got so bad over the dairy and stuff that I had no idea I was sensitive to. But look what it did. It took me away from my cold beer, because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't lose section. Okay, I couldn't figure that out. Out of all I was doing, I couldn't lose my midsection. But when I got off that beer, because I had to, midsection started going down like crazy. So I look at it, it took me to have an issue. Thank God it wasn't a major issue, but to have an issue to learn what I was doing wrong. Because I knew continuing to have a midsection and eating the way that I was, even though I was eating somewhat healthy, but I was still having a lot of ice cream and stuff like that. It took that to come to light for me to see now even clearer what I have to do. And so I tell anybody, if you have been diagnosed by a doctor that you have GERD, you now have a disease that is not curable. It's manageable. And you cannot have issues by eating right. But there's no cure once you have GERD. Because, and the reason why I say that, you can eat right. You don't have no issues. But the minute you eat something you ain't supposed to, the issue come back. No cure for it. And it's not always a bad thing if you train your mind to eat the way you're supposed to. But we done got off on GERD, and that's on the other channel. That's on the other channel. We pretty much are dairy free for years now. Yes. I've been introducing dairy back just so I can play with what I can have. But I see a complete difference. I loved spicy food too. I could eat a whole bottle of hot sauce in one day. Woo, habanero wings. I loved all of it. And one thing that I'm getting a lot of, people have been told that they have GERD, but not to eat. That was my case when I was little. They was telling my grandma that I had GERD, that I had acute indigestion. Get me to the hospital when I show signs of acute indigestion. Because acute indigestion will make you choke. So they told him, whenever I throw up and it comes out of my nose and my mouth, get me to the hospital immediately. That's when I had to get that GI cocktail. And that happened often, you know. And the crazy thing is, you know I'm this sick at this age and not telling her what's making me sick. You're just saying it's my anxiety that's triggering my GERD. It wasn't until I got to North Carolina and had a full out episode to where I found out 9 years ago red meat wasn't my friend. A lot of sugar, not my friend. It wasn't until last year when I got really sick to where I found out gluten, not my friend. Dairy, not my friend. So, it really takes you back, if you really want to say, going back to the Bible days. How they ate. How they ate. I can't do grains, but they ate a lot of grains for people that can do grains. I can't do grains because I'm allergic to grass and weeds. All that falls, wheat and stuff, is a type of grass. It falls in there, it makes me sick. It gives me indigestion. It makes you eat healthy. It makes you, and which is a great benefit to your body. So I take it and look at it as a blessing because this could be a lot worse. But we got to stop saying what we want and what we can't eat. And just put on your grown person underwear and just eat it. It's food. Don't let it defeat you. Don't let it defeat you. And like my uncle is like one of my uncles it raised me with my grandma. It's like my father figure. And one thing he told me last year, and I done said this a couple times, you want to live, you want to eat to live. You don't want to live to eat. Meaning you want to eat so you can live. You don't want to just live so you can just eat whatever you want. And I think about that often. You know, I want to eat to live. I don't want to live to eat. That is why when we talk about prep, so many people has come to me and told me, oh, you telling people don't have sodium stuff and this. I have had people, y'all know, in the comments that has really got up. And I'm not knocking nobody that's prepping. I'm just giving my advice to don't prep all this junk. Because you can have all that stuff and come up with something simple as blood pressure, high blood pressure, or just because you don't work with it don't mean it won't come. You can come up with GERD. Now you got shelves and shelves and shelves. Everything is high sodium. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not knocking canning. People take my words and try to flip it. And it's all right, though. I'm going to still speak because I realize when they do it. Canning. A lot of people try to say, oh, it's low something. You're not understanding. I said I water bath canning. I never pressure can. The ingredients needed for water bath canning and preserving and pressure canning is different. It's different depending on what you're canning. For me, water bath canning, those recipes required me to put a lot of vinegar or either a lot of sugar. And it did not work for me. It didn't work for me. I don't deal with pressure or anything. I got a express pot that does pressure cooking and stuff. I don't deal with that part of it. I mess around and blow my face off. I know myself. I know I'm anxious. I stay out of that. I'm not saying I can't do it. I can do anything I put my mind to. Do I choose to do it? No, because I'm a person that lives with anxiety and depression. And my anxiety, I started going in that mode because the thing ain't acting right. I'm gonna tow my whole face off. No, I'm not. So I don't want to. I can do it if I want to. I choose not to. So a lot of people try to twist my words. So I'm like, no. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to canning. I water bath can. My brine and stuff used to be salty as I don't know what by the time I followed the recipes. But 9 times out of 10, it's necessary for you to do it that way, so it processes right. And a lot of that stuff, like the acid and the vinegar and the sodium and stuff, a lot of that stuff helps to keep stuff from spoiling when you're canning. And so I don't do that. It don't agree with my GERD. And it's no difference when you doing it that way in certain ways where it's causing you to use a lot of sodium. It's no different from when you go into the store getting it processed in the can with a lot of sodium. Vinegar has sodium in it. Then you're putting the salt in it. And then on some stuff, when I was doing jellies and stuff, you know how much sugar I used for strawberry jam, blackberry jam? A lot. Okay? A lot. So, people tried to twist my words. Like, really? So my thing is, that is why I speak about, it's bad when you got a digestive problem. Because you got to eat. It's bad when you got a digestive problem. And that's why I'm not going to tell nobody to go stock up on everything processed. I see shelves where people say, I got 2 years worth of food stocked up. And when I look at it, it's like chilies, all type of Hormel chili, all type of Spam, all type of jerkies. And then I had somebody to say, well, you eat it in moderation. If that's the only thing you buy and everything you eat, it ain't in moderation. Because everything that you own is high in sodium and sugar. So now you just created a whole nother problem and spent a whole lot of money on junk. That is why I'm constantly about be mindful what you stock up. You don't just prep anything because it sounds good. And while there are no sodium things and low sodium things, while you can still find those things, I suggest that's the way you should do. You know, you should. I'm just giving my advice. I ain't telling nobody how to do it. You do it the way you want. But I have had to remove some people because you want to debate with me when I'm never saying do it my way. Do it your way. Do it the way you want. I'm just giving advice. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell you any old thing. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to give you BS just to put out a video or do a live. I'm going to tell you what I feel is logic. Don't prep anything. Don't prep just junk. It's all right to have you a couple cans if you like chili. I like Hormel chili and I can't have it. But that stuff do be good. But that shouldn't be your main sources. Frozen food, I saw a whole lot of Hungry Man TV dinners and all, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I almost got disgusted. I'm just in my head, it just calculating sodium. Sugar. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, you on the right track with prepping, but you ain't on the right track of what you prepping, because everybody knows like that, you know. And that's why I do things different. You see, my preps is no sugar added fruits. Some of it is in heavy syrup, some of it is not. Because you gotta have a little yin to your yang, you know. You gotta have a little spice, a little something different, but it shouldn't be the main thing, you know. Canned vegetables. I already told you, if you can't find no sodium one, and you can taste it, because just because it say low sodium, you don't know. You gotta use your taste buds and taste it. If that tastes like it's more sodium in it, is it low sodium? Pull that stuff out and rinse it out, or either boil it, pull that water out from it, and put you some fresh water in there and take some of that sodium out. Somebody was like, oh, well, you need sodium. I know you need sodium. I'm like, oh, Lord, every time I try to say something, somebody take it in another direction. I ain't stupid. I know you need sodium, but you don't need milligrams of sodium a day. No. A person that don't have a cardiac problem, and I'm not a doctor or nothing, but from my understanding, a person that don't have a cardiac problem or high blood pressure, I think you can get like 23 milligrams of sodium a day. And if you have a cardiac, depending on what your health issue, if you do have a cardiac problem, I think it's 1,100 a day or something like that. Numbers may be off. Don't quote me. Do your research. and know how much you're supposed to have if you have an issue, if you know, or whatever. But my thing is, sodium is in everything. You go get a slice of light bread, there is sodium in that one slice. It adds up, and it don't take long to add up at all. It don't. Anything can happen to us, no matter how much we try to prep and we try to eat healthy. I'm not saying that. We still can get sick. We still can have issues. But it's all about what you do to try to keep it from happening. Now, if it still happens, it's out of your control. But what about the things that's in our control? That's the question. 2 cents said, we high blood pressure people don't need all salt. We get to swelling and everything. Ask me how I know. I hear you 2%. I hear you. And I'm just like, you know, even though I don't deal with it, that I know of, I don't have high blood pressure. But that's right there. I don't have high blood pressure. But I'm still taking precautions. You know? That don't mean I go out there and eat everything. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, this is just how I do it. I'm not going to tell you, yeah, go stock up on whatever. I'm not going to tell you that because I don't do it. Now, if you choose to do it, that's fine. But don't try to, you know, argue with me, because I'm not finna argue with nobody. And I've had people try to argue with me in my videos about that. I'm just giving to what I do. It's not written in stone, you have to do it. But don't say you didn't nobody warn you or try to let you know, you know? So, to each his own, you know? So, yeah. So, be mindful with that. But, y'all, let me go ahead, get off here. Let's see, Vanessa, I'm going to say that's exactly what I do. Put canned goods in the sink and let running water rinse off the salt. Yes, Vanessa, yes. Yes, I'm telling you, I have saw some pantries that look real nice, but everything in it I was just like, oh my goodness. Don't try to go get no Cheerios. Don't try to get no Cheerios. Plain out Cheerios. It's all type of Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Reese's Puffs, cotton candy flavored cereal, and I'm like, wait a minute, where is the plain Rice Krispies and Cheerios at, where you can add your sweetener to it and know how much you putting in it? No, we're gonna prep up on hundreds of boxes of junk. Yeah, okay. Now I understand you probably weren't thinking, but when you come into my video, now you can't say that you didn't know, because I told you to be mindful on it. So then when you watch the video and you come into my video and you go, oh, well, I wouldn't tell people that and do this. Now you know you choose not to know. Okay, you try to act like you don't. Tomica said, I love Rice Krispies. Yes, honey. I don't like it with almond milk, and I can't have regular milk, so I just don't eat them. My favorite was Sugar Smacks. We call them Sugar Smacks. I think they call Honey Smacks now, but those was my favorite. They were sweet, but if I had those, I would have, you know, it'd be like in moderation, because I would have Cheerios or something like that. But then I can't do greens like that and the oats, so the Cheerios bother me too. So I have to be very, very careful. If y'all was in the live yesterday, yep, they were Sugar Smacks. Yep, me and my granny used to love them things. And we would eat them without cereal. Without milk. Just, you know, eat them out the box. But my thing, if y'all was on the other channel, you saw I did the video yesterday. For breakfast was pears. A can of pears and some water. And you'll be amazed how less your body actually needs when it comes to food. It needs water, but when it comes to food, your body don't need a lot of food at one time. We talked about that. Like I say, she put the link in the chat. If you're not over there, go over there, because I do a lot of live. I will be doing a lot of live videos over there. Like I said, it's supposed to be smoothies this morning, but y'all see, I done been on here for almost 2 hours. I left home and I talked to a sister from my faith. We talked on the phone for almost an hour. And while I was in the parking lot, then I went in, I filmed, I got what I needed to get, came back out, went live with y'all, and been on here for 2 hours. Now I'm sitting in my driveway just, you know. So, but let me see. Gout and feet, some foods make it flare up like salt. Yes, Queenie Walker. If I'm not mistaken, I know it's arthritis, but I'm trying to think. Gout. Have you heard, but I'm not a doctor or none, I'm just asking, have you heard that frozen cherries help with that? They have to be plain frozen cherries. They have to be frozen cherries. You can't get them out the box, out of the bottle. Have you heard that frozen cherries help with gout? Vanessa Bugner say, have you tried oat milk? It's the best. I can't say I tried rice milk, but I haven't tried oat milk. But I have an issue with grains, so oat milk probably would be something I wouldn't try, because oatmeal gives me indigestion. So I think the grains is coming from the allergic reaction to the like the grass and stuff. So anything that's grains and stuff, the only thing I can really digest okay is white rice when it comes to grains. My best friend has gout because she eats a lot of meat. Oh wow. Rice milk, LOL. I keep trying that and can't get the taste. Yeah, I tried like once, but no. Yes, it is. Cherry is supposed to be good. Yes. Okay, all right. But yeah, y'all, do what y'all can. Like I say, this all started off as $30 flounder. 3 pieces of flounder for $30, y'all. Prices is crazy, okay? Prices is crazy. So y'all do what y'all can. Stock up when you can. I'll be doing videos on, you know, different things. You can buy the fresh cherry concentrate. Okay, Lady Dagger status. They have to be dark cherries for gout. Gotcha. I know they was the frozen one. I think the ones, they normally the dark ones that I see that's frozen anyway. I know it was something like that. I knew it was, yeah. Because I know somebody that was, well, I had an uncle that was dealing with that, and it was frozen cherries. But all the ones that I see frozen end up being dark cherries. But I know they couldn't be like out no jar or nothing. The person that had told him was frozen cherries. So yeah. But yeah, y'all, it's getting crazy. All we can do is stock up. Just understand that you'll never be prepared for every single thing. And you can prepare and lose everything. That's still an option. I mean, that's still not an option. That still can happen. But at the end of the day, it's if you're trying. What are you doing if you're trying to help yourself, okay? You got to clean the bottle. Internally eliminate inflammation. The body. Okay, got you, Lady Dagger status. Up, y'all. Did it go out? Hold up, y'all. I can't see nothing. It's a hassle. Hold up. Okay, there we go. It's a hassle when the thing die, and I ain't ended the live, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off in here, y'all. But I enjoyed y'all, and I need to go ahead and put this on charge and go in the house, because if it die, it's gonna leave locked into this live. So I enjoyed y'all, and I'll see y'all back in a little bit. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna do another live today, if something come up, or I don't know when that's gonna probably come out tomorrow. Not sure, but if y'all ain't on the other channel, we talking clean eats over there, recipe ideas and stuff like that, eat with me's and all that stuff. So go ahead on over there. I don't know what I'm doing over there today, but I'm gonna do something, okay? So y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all in the next one, okay? Bye.